Have you ever wondered, how do I set up single sign-on or multi-factor authentication for my Atlassian users for either Jira or Confluence? Well, in this video, I'm going to talk to you about Atlassian Guard, and I'm going to give you a couple of pointers, but more specifically, I'm going to help you determine which version of Guard is right for your team, because there's two versions, standard and premium. One might be enough, but I'll cover it in this video. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, drop a like, and share this video with your security team or your Atlassian administrator so that they have all the information they need to help set up SSO. All right, let's jump in and let's compare Atlassian Guard Standard versus Premium. So in case you didn't know, Atlassian makes a tool called Guard. Now, this is a cloud-only tool. So if you're on the data center version of Jira and Confluence, you don't get Guard, but you get something very similar on their world. But in the cloud, everything is governed through Guard. Now, Guard will do SSO. And there's two versions. And I'm going to show you some of the features that you get with one over the other, because Atlassian might be pushing you one way when you really only need the standard version. But let's cover these features. So if you want to be able to use single sign-on, and more specifically, if you want it to be enforced, then you need to have Guard. This is going to be the only way. Now, technically, you don't need to have Guard to technically do multi-factor authentication, because Atlassian, for every account out there, kind of at least makes you do like a text verification and things of that nature. But if you want this to be enforced, that means that every user that is in your managed area has to do multi-factor authentication either through Google or through Microsoft or through Okta or some other tool or technology like that. Well, then Guard is going to be a subscription that you have to purchase. This is a separate subscription on top of your Jira and Confluence subscription. So this is an extra payment that you have to do. Now, if you're an enterprise customer of Jira or Confluence, Guard is included at no cost. But if you're not an enterprise customer, but that means you're on the standard premium versions of Jira or Confluence, then you need to buy Guard on top of that so that you can get the full picture. And SSO is one of the many things that Guard is going to give us, but it's probably the most common reason why people use Guard. The next most common reason why people use Guard is for this SCIM automated user provisioning. So basically what this means is our Active Directory, whether it's a Microsoft or some other Active Directory type of system, gets pushed into the Atlassian world. Now, I'm being very particular here. I'm not saying Jira, I'm not saying Confluence, I'm saying Atlassian. Because in the cloud, all your users are not managed inside of Jira or Confluence. They're managed a little bit bigger in just the Atlassian organization. And so your Atlassian organization will talk with your Active Directory, and those users get synced in. There's some configurations that your Atlassian administrator has to work with your Microsoft or Google administrator or your Okta administrator. And there's a couple of things that you do here and there, some configurations, some settings, which we're going to cover in a future video. So make sure you subscribe for that, right? But once the handshake is created and you pick a group or groups of that contain users, then those get synced into the Atlassian world. And then those users become available, and you can either automatically grant licenses, or there's a plethora of different things that you can do with respect to user and license management at that point. But it's very important. Once you provision your users become managed, which means that in order to remove and add, for that matter, users, they have to be done through the Active Directory. No longer will you have to or need to create users locally in the Atlassian cloud. Those users are going to be managed and they get locked. And there's some pros and some cons to that, folks. The pros is that whenever you onboard a user or whenever you fire or let go of a user, they're automatically added or removed in the world of Atlassian. However, if you ever need to like update their name or their email or their location or their position, their title, their manager, any of those meta details for the users, that can only happen back now in Active Directory. So there's some pros and cons, and then it's not easy to delete a user. It's just a lot more steps that you have to go through. So again, that's another feature of Guard. Folks, I want to take a little second here to tell you a quick story that happened to me last week. I was working with the team. They were working on a Word document and everybody was collaborating in Confluence. And so naturally we uploaded the file to Confluence, expecting to edit the file straight from Confluence. But no, while I was able to attach the file, I was able to view the file, I couldn't edit the file at all. No editing of Excel, no editing of Word, no editing of PowerPoint, which is a huge pain in the butt if your company is using Office and Confluence and you expect to collaborate together. And so this created a versioning nightmare, because every time we wanted to make any changes, we had to download the file, make the change, re-upload the file. rinse and repeat for every single little change. Not fun for anybody. But then I found ikuTeam's Office for Confluence. And let me tell you, night and day, folks, everything changed. We were able to immediately be able to upload our Office attachments. So all of our Word documents, PowerPoint, Excel documents, all could be inside of Confluence. So now they live and breathe inside of Confluence. And the best part, you ready? We can edit them inside of Confluence. No extra licensing required from the Microsoft perspective. Anybody who had permissions inside of Confluence could automatically just edit, and it just saved so much time because we didn't have to download anything anymore, and the team could just simply edit the files. So if you've been struggling with trying to edit your Office files inside of Confluence, make sure you check out that link down below to start your free trial to Office for Confluence by ikuTeam. Now back to the video. The next thing that we get is mobile application management. So this allows you to create and manage security policies that can be applied to both managed and unmanaged users with mobile app management. Policies can be set at the organization level or designated for select users to provide additional security controls such as screenshots disabling, data export restrictions, and device encryption requirements. So basically, if you want your users to be able to access the Atlassian tools on a mobile, like through the mobile phone or through the mobile application, then you're gonna need this. This next one's very interesting. API token control. So technically in the cloud, any user can go and request an API token. And those tokens expire after like a day or 7 days. There's like a default number of days, but they can go up to a year. After 1 year, they become expired. However, with Guard, you can then put users into a policy that then governs and controls when those tokens are expired, or if they can even get tokens at all. So you can actually put people in a group that doesn't even let them get tokens at all. And so that's pretty powerful too. And then the final one, and my favorite one for Guard, is you get a centralized log of admin activity across your Atlassian cloud organization. Now, let me be very clear. This is not just administrative things. This is all users, everything happening, every page that got created, every work item that got viewed, everything that got deleted, added. There's like 1,000 different things that this thing is tracking for 180 days. All of it is recorded, and you can only get this log, which is a very, very powerful log, if you are using Guard. And so folks, this is basically what you need. This is the standard version of Guard, and it's about $4. It ranges, right? So if you have like 5 users, it's going to be $6. But if you have like 10,000 users, it goes a little bit cheaper, so up to $1.74. And so it will range, right? It's not one set fee. But on average, you can expect to pay around $3 to $4, maybe $5, depending on, again, if you have like 500 users, it's going to be almost $4 per month. Now, what Atlassian wants you to do is to also now be considering the premium version of Guard. And Guard is a little bit more interesting, and this is probably going to be more applicable for large enterprises. So with Guard Premium, you get data classifications. Hey, real quick, before we keep on going, did you know that I wrote the unofficial big book of Atlassian? This is the ultimate book that every Jira user, Jira administrator, Confluence user, Forge developer, we got a little bit of everything in here, Jira Service Management. If you are in the Atlassian ecosystem, you need this book, and it's completely free PDF in the link down below. Make sure you get yours today. So data classification is going to allow admins to define their data governance approach and label critical data accordingly with Atlassian products. Admins can set data security policies and rules to control user interaction based on data classification levels. So think of like PII, right? Need to know, no foreign. This really does apply more to like military defense contractors. But if you have stringent data classification requirements, you have to go to the premium version in order to be able to do that. The next one is anomalous activity detection. Provide intelligent oversight across your Atlassian cloud products by analyzing user activity and notifying you of potential risks. So this one is interesting, right? Because sometimes maybe, right, if you're not very lucky, somebody might be able to impersonate or be able to gain unauthorized access to your Atlassian environment. And so with this, it will detect it for you, right? It'll determine that Jimmy, who's normally based out of Kansas City, Missouri, is all of a sudden like signing in from Shanghai, China, right? Like, well, that's an anomaly. That shouldn't be happening. And so it'll kind of flag those alerts for you. We also have some alert investigations. So this gives admins or security teams a consolidated view of potentially risky activity. Investigate the alert. So maybe somebody's like exporting a bunch of files, right? Maybe somebody's going through a bunch of pages and spaces and just exporting a bunch of data. Maybe they're going to quit. Maybe they're thinking of quitting. Maybe they just been let go. Maybe they got fired, right? Just some activity that is suspicious, that is not as part of the norm. You're going to get that with the premium version of Guard. We then have content scanning, which is rules that monitor for critical data being added to Confluence pages. These detections generate alerts for any potential concerning content that requires a review. So think of classified information. You should never, ever, ever, ever put classified information in a non-classified system, but you can kind of think of it. This is probably the best example, the best visual example of this, right? But think of data that shouldn't be in Confluence, right? That maybe somebody's adding, so you can keep some rules for that so that you can flag those informations and you can review them to see if they were actually needed. SIEM integration, so using webhooks, sending alerts about anomalous activity to a destination, including your organization site, SIEM, or an automated tool like Jira, Automation, Zapier, or Workdata. So again, not for everybody, but if you are using this SIEM, CM, I don't know, I've never used it, never heard of it, that's available. And then we have some remediation recommendations to respond to alerts faster with the ability to suspend a user's account directly from the alert dashboard based on the actions logged. So as you can see, you get some more enterprise-friendly features, but not critical. If you're just looking for SSO and provisioning of the users, and then maybe a little bit of control, but definitely that audit log and definitely those API controls, then all you need is a standard version. You don't have to double your bill, because as you can see here, it is a little bit more than double, right? I think if we go down to 5 users, it's probably easier to see, right? It's basically double the price, right? So you're talking 6 versus 12. And so if you don't want to double your bill, then you really just need the standard version. If you're an enterprise company and you get Guard included, the one that's included is the standard. I think you do need to pay a little bit more to go up to the premium. But as you can see, the premium is really designed for enterprises that need a lot of control and a lot of security, and you're going to pay for it a little bit more, right? And so that's pretty much the differences between the standard version of Guard and the premium version of Guard. My 2 cents, the takeaway from this video is if you want SSO and user provisioning, which are the 99% of the use cases here, you're going to just need the standard version of Guard. So you don't have to go get the premium version. Just make sure you're getting the right one, because it's going to basically, it is the 2-to-1 price, right? So make sure you're picking the right one. And if you have any questions, let me know down in the comment section. Hit that subscribe button, drop a like, share this video with your security team or your Atlassian administrators or whoever you think needs to be able to help you set up Guard. So that's it for this video. Hope you found it valuable. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.